149.
Yes, ma'am.
158.
Yes, ma'am.
175. 175. Viraj.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Agam. 177.
Yes, ma'am.
180. Drashti.
Yes, ma'am. Present.
Okay. Parth.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Kushal.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So today's session will be taken by Dr. Amit Nayak, sir. Okay.
So very good morning to all of you.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
Good morning,
Good
sir.
morning,
Sir.
Morning.
Good morning. Good morning. So I hope that I am properly audible to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now let me start. So first of all, we will go through with the practical list, like we'll go through with practical number 1, and then we will try to discuss some of the prerequisites related with practical number 1, and then after we'll try to implement practical number 1. Okay, so let me share the screen, and right now I'm accessing Cisco Packet Tracer as well as I have the practical list. So we'll see the practical list. We will go through with the practical list first, and then we will go through with the Cisco Packet Tracer. So if you go through with the practical list, I hope that the practical list is visible to all of you. So if you go through with the practical list, then we have kept Cisco Packet Tracer, Network Simulator, then we have kept NS2 Network Simulator, as well as we have Omnet++ Network Simulator available in our practical list. And if the time permits, we will also discuss Network Simulator 3 so that you will have the idea about Packet Tracer, NS2, Omnet++, and then NS3. So if you go through with the aim of practical number 1, today I will try to complete practical number 1. So if you go through with the aim, then the aim of practical number 1 is to demonstrate the simple network configuration with a router that connects two local area network segments using Cisco Packet Tracer. So to demonstrate the simple network configuration, so the aim, as per the aim, if you refer the aim, then we have to create two local area network, two LANs we have to create. And for creating the LAN, we have to assign the IP addresses. So we have to consider at least two switches. Okay, one switch will be there. It will be a part of LAN 1, and second switch will be the part of LAN 2. So we have to take at least two switches. Now let me show you the topology which I have created. This is LAN 1. Okay, this portion. I hope this screen is properly visible to all of you. So this portion, the portion which I am highlighting right now, It is the portion which indicates LAN 1, local area network 1, in which we have two computers connected with switch. And if you see the next segment, then in the next segment again we have one switch and two computers. Okay, two PCs, two personal area, two personal computers are there. So two PCs are connected with switch LAN 2 and two PCs connected with switch LAN 1. So now let us go back to the aim again. To demonstrate the simple network configuration with a router that connects two LAN segments using Cisco Packet Tracer. So I think if you go through with the connection, if you go through with the topology, then this topology is sufficient to, or it is meeting our requirement. Okay, this topology is meeting our requirement where we have to connect two LANs with a router. At least we have to consider one router. You can consider multiple routers as well, but this is our aim. So now we will discuss like how to assign the IP addresses and what care we have to take, or for which type of care we have to take while designing the topology. So I hope that all of you are clear with the aim. So if you have any question, any query related with the aim, then you can discuss with me. The aim is clear or not? To demonstrate the simple network configuration with a router that connects two LAN segments using Cisco Packet Tracer. So the aim is clear or not? Please tell me.
Clear, sir.
Okay.
Clear, sir.
So we have to consider.
Clear, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So we have to consider that two LAN connected by at least one router. So we have already connected as per the requirement. Now to assign the IP addresses and all, first of all, it requires a knowledge. Now, like if you want to implement this topology, then I have said that to implement practical number 1, you have to be clear with some concepts. Okay, some concepts should be clear in your mind, and those concepts are related with IP address. Those concepts are related with selecting a type of cable while connecting multiple devices. So you all know very well that IP address, okay, if we consider IPv4, we have IPv6 and IPv4 available with us. Like if you want to assign the IP address, if you want to assign the IP address, then IPv4 is there and IPv6 is there. Right now, if you consider the use, if you consider the use of IPv6 and IPv4, then majority of the countries, like some countries are there which like they have adopted more than 50%. Okay, more than 50% whose computers are using IPv6. So adoption or adaptation rate, if you consider the adaptation rate, then there are many countries which are there, they are already using IPv6. In our country, majority of the host computers or majority of the hosts are using IPv4, but you can use IPv6 as well. So if you consider IPv4, then you all know very well you all know very well, like IPv4 is 32 bits IP address. It is the length of the IPv4 is 32 bits. And if you consider IPv4, then IPv4 has certain classes. And I think in data communication and network in DCN course, you might have learned about the IP addresses like IPv4, and you have learned what is class A IP address, what is class B IP address, class C IP address, and class D IP address. Now, with each and every IP address, you have to be clear about the default mask. You should have the knowledge about the default mask. You should have the knowledge about default gateway. We will discuss it, don't worry, we'll discuss it. You should have the knowledge about default mask, default gateway, then host IP address and network IP address. So default mask, default gateway, host IP address and network IP address. At least you should have the knowledge of these four if you want to configure any topology. And if we consider class A, then class A ranges from 0 to 127. Class B ranges from 128 to 191. Class C ranges from 192 to 223, and class D ranges from 224 to 239. Okay, but class D is reserved for the multicast purpose, so we should not use class D IP address in our computer. So this is reserved for the multicasting, and class E is also there, class E, which is reserved for the experimental purpose. So now class A ranges from 0 to 127. What do you mean by this? Class B ranges from 128 to 191, and if we consider class A IP address, then for class A IP address, we can represent class A IP address by following this notation: n dot h dot h dot h. Class B can be represented by following network dot host dot host, this notation. Class C can be represented by following network dot host, and class E it is reserved for the multicast purpose. So majority of the addresses which are there in the class D, they are representing a group. Okay, let me start the recording so that later on you can also refer. Yes, so now the recording has been started, and let us again go through with the IP addresses which we are discussing. IP addresses, IP address class A, B, C, D and E. So this notation, network dot host dot host dot host, network dot host dot host, and network dot network and host. Now if you see the length of the IP address, then IP address is 32-bit long. So at each and every position, like if you consider position 1, 2, 3 and 4, then you have 8 bits available at each and every individual position. So 8 bits plus 8 bits plus 8 bits plus 8 bits, and this will create the combination of 32 bits IP address. So position 1 you have 8 bits, 2, 8, 3, 8 and 4, 8. So the length of the IP address is 32 bits. So now if one IP address is given to you, please listen me carefully. If I give you the IP address 172.16.0.10, then this particular IP address, okay, let me consider this as an example so that it will be more clear to you. Right now I am discussing the example, one example. So for this particular example, where the IP address given to you is 172.16.0.10, you have to identify you have to identify. Let me save the document so that later on we can use this document for designing practical number 1. So 172.16.0.10 is the IP address given to you. So this IP address belongs to which class?
Class B.
Class B. Okay. So class A ranges from 0 to 127, B ranges from 128 to 191, C ranges from 192 to 223. So you have to check the value of the first byte. Okay, let me highlight the first byte. You have to check the value of the first byte, which is 172, and then you have to match this value with the classes available, class A, B, C, and D. So 172 is the value of the first byte. Okay, you don't need to worry about the remaining 3 bytes. Check the value of the first byte. It is 172. So 172, it falls under range number 2, which is class B, 128 to 191. So the answer which you have provided, it is correct. So 172.16.0.10 is class B IP address. Now if we consider the notation of class B, then it is n.n.h.h. What do you mean by this?
First two networks, last two host ID.
Okay, first 2 are the network IDs and last 2 are the host IDs. Now if I ask you the question, net ID and network address, then host ID and host address, then if I write 172.16 in the network address, if I write 172.16.0.0, in the host ID if I write 0.10, and in the host address if I write 172.16.0.10, then these 4 values are correct or incorrect? Please concentrate over here. Please concentrate on the document which is shared with you and the document which we are discussing. It is the most simple practical, like practical 1 which we are discussing. Okay, it is the most simple practical because you have the knowledge of switch, hub and all. And if you don't have the knowledge of switch and hub, if you don't have the knowledge of the cable, like you might have learned in DCN about LAN cable, and LAN cable can be configured as straight through cable. The same LAN cable can be configured as crossover cable as well. So if you see the topology which we have designed, and if you consider this cable, okay, the cable which is connecting computer and switch, the cable which is connecting switch and router and all, then this is a LAN cable, and LAN cable can be a straight through cable, it can be crossover cable. Okay, so I will explain you what is straight through and crossover. But if you consider the IP address, the IP address which is 172.16.0.10, then it is the IP address which belongs to class B, and it is following notation network.network host.host. So 172.16.0.10, if you map this value with the notation of class B, then 172 and 16 is the network part, and 0 and 10 is the host part. Now network IP address and one more value is also important, and that is the value of broadcast address. If these values are clear in your mind, then you can easily configure practical number 1. So if we consider one more example, this is example number 1. Now in second example, if I consider IP address 10.11.0.2, please write this IP address in your notebook. Please keep the notebook and pen with you. Now for IP address number 2, 10.11.0.2, you have to find these values, like the values which you have identified for class B IP address, which we have discussed earlier. So for the IP address 10.11.0.2, second IP address, you have to find the net ID, you have to find the network address, you have to find the host ID, and then you have to find the host address. So I hope that you are clear with the classes, class A, B, C, D, E, and you are clear with the notation. Now network and host. Let us have some discussion on the network and then host, and then we will again go through with the document. So network address and host address. What do you mean by network address and what do you mean by the host address? And if I want to relate this with the one another terminology, like one example, then we can consider the example of sending an envelope, sending letter through post. Then if you consider the name of the society, and then if you consider the name of or the bungalow number or the flat number or the house number, then society name is network address. An individual bungalow, individual house, individual flat number, it is the host address. We can relate this with the network as well. So network address and then host address. What is the importance of the network address and what is the importance of the host address? What is network address and what is host address? This portion, if you consider this portion, then this portion is representing one network. This portion is representing one more network. So two networks are exist over here. So what is the importance of network address and what is the importance of host address? Can you tell me?
So network address considered as IP address.
So
we can find packet to આપણે જે પેકેટ સેન્ડ કરવાનું હોય તેનું નેટવર્ક ફાઇન્ડ કરી શકીએ કે આ નેટવર્કમાં આપણે સેન્ડ કરવાનું છે. ધારો કે લેન 1 માં સેન્ડ કરવાનું છે તો લેન 1 નું ટૂંકમાં એરિયા ફાઇન્ડ કરી શકીએ કે લેન 1 માં સેન્ડ કરવાનું. અને હોસ્ટ આઈડી એક રીતના ગણી તો મેક એડ્રેસ કે કઈ જગ્યાએ પેકેટ પહોંચાડવાનું છે, કઈ જગ્યાએ ડિલિવર કરવાનું છે તેનું સ્પેસિફિક એડ્રેસ મળે.
Okay. So now please remember one thing. If you want to send data from this network to this particular network, okay, if you want to send data from any individual computer which is there in LAN 2, this is LAN 2, okay, let me write the label so that you can have the idea. This is LAN 2 and this one is LAN 1, okay. So if you want to send data from LAN 2 to LAN 1 and if you want to send data from PC 2 which is there in LAN 2 from this PC to this network, then see the concept which I am explaining, it is what, like if you want to send data from one computer to other computer, then first of all you have to find the network address and then you can find the host address, then you can locate the host. So network address first of all the network should be located and then you can locate the host. Okay, same thing is applicable in the postal services. If you want to send a courier, if you want to post the letter, then first of all you have to identify the society, you have to identify the area, and once you can locate the society, and then you can locate the individual house number or the flat number or whatever you want to locate. So network address should be located first and then you can locate the host address. Same thing is applicable in network. If LAN 2 wants to send data to any one computer, an individual computer in LAN 1, then first of all you have to locate the network and then you can locate the individual host. So now in the IP address 10.11.0.2, it belongs to class A. This IP address belongs to class A. Okay, so this statement is correct. It belongs to class A because we have to consider the value of the first byte, which is 10. So first byte, it is in the range of 0 to 127. So this one is class A IP address. Now if it is class A IP address, then the notation is network.host.host.host. Now what is network ID, what is network address, and what is host ID and what is host address?
Network ID 10.
10. Then network address.
10.0.0.0.
Okay. Host ID.
Host ID 11.0.2.
Yes, and host address.
Host address 10.11.0.2.
Correct. So network address and host address. Why we have considered last 3 bytes as 0 in the network address? What is the reason?
होस्ट एड्रेस के रिजर्व है, नेटवर्क एड्रेस में सिर्फ 10 है। हम सिर्फ एरिया का पता लगा रहे हैं कि कौन से एरिया में पैकेट डिलीवर करना है।
Okay, so please remember one thing. As per the rule, in the network address, host portion set to 0. In the network address, host portion should be set to 0. So you have to consider last 3 bytes as 0, and that's why you are getting 10.0.0.0. In the network address, host portion should be 0, should be set to 0, and that's why we are getting 10.0.0.0. So the same rule is applicable over here in example number 1, 172.16.0.10. So last 2 bytes are the host bytes, and we have set it to 0. That's why we are getting 172.16.0.0 as the network address. So if you have any question, any query in example 1 and example 2, then you can ask me. Do you have any question? Please feel free to ask me the question if you have. These 2 examples are clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now please listen me carefully. For default mask, identify the default mask. The rule is set all the bits to 1 in the host portion by keeping network portion as it is. In this particular case, if you want to identify the default mask, then for the default mask, just a minute. Now please follow the rule and tell me the default mask value. Tell me the default mask value for example 1 and example 2. So now, for example number 1, what will be the value of the default mask?
172.16.1.1.
172.16.1.1.
1.1.
Default mask. For example number 2,
10.1.1.1.
10.1.1.1. Please carefully read the statement. Set all the bits to 1 in the host portion by keeping network portion as it is. So if you consider this IP address 172.16.0.10, then you have, please see here, you have 8 bits available in the first portion, 8 bits available in the second portion, 8 bits available in the third position, and 8 bits available at the fourth position. So in example 1 or in example 2, you have 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. So 32-bit IP address is there in example 1 and example 2. Now we have to set all the bits to 1. Refer this statement carefully. We have to set all the bits to 1. What do you mean by this?
All 8 bits set to 1.
Yes. So we have to set all 8 bits to 1 in the host portion by keeping network portion as it is. So network portion is 172.16. So we have to keep it as it is. But last 2 bytes, in example 1, last 2 bytes, and in example 2, last 3 bytes are the host bytes, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So if we set last 2 bytes to 1, then we have the IP address available 172.16, and then we have 8 bits set to 1. The value which I am writing is the combination of binary and decimal both. So 8 bits and then 8 bits. So if you convert this value into decimals, then 172.16.255.255. This is correct or incorrect?
Correct, sir.
And for example 2, the answer of example number 1 is 172.16.255.255, and the answer of example number 2 is 10.255.255.255. So do you have any query in default mask?
No, sir.
Please acknowledge other students. Other students are requested to acknowledge. Do you have any query?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. So default mask
No, sir.
in example 1 and example 2, 172.16.255.255 and 10.255.255.255. I hope these two values are clear to you. So can I write like this? If it is class A, then sorry. See, default mask calculation. This is not the default mask calculation. This is the calculation of broadcast address. And if you want to calculate the default mask, then the default mask, let me write the rule so that it will be clear to you. The rule for the default mask is set all bits to 1 in the network portion by keeping host portion as it is. Sorry, we have to set all the bits in the network portion by keeping host portion as 0. broadcast address I will explain you. The value which we have identified is the value of the broadcast address. But for the default mask, if we apply the rule, then what will be the value of example 1 and example 2? Is there anyone who can explain me the value of default mask for example 1 and value of default mask for example number 2? Set all the bits to 1 in network portion by keeping host portion as 0. So what will be the default mask for example 1 and example 2?
Example 1 255.255.0.0.
Very good. And example 2
255.0.0.0.
5.0.0. So broadcast address, set all the bits to 1 in the host portion by keeping network portion as it is, and default mask is set all the bits to 1 in the network portion by keeping host portion as 0. So this default mask values are correct. So do you have any query in the default mask and broadcast address? Now broadcast address, it means, listen me carefully, let me explain you the broadcast address. If in LAN 1, if you have 3 computers, okay, assume that you have 3 computers or you have more than 3 computers connected with switch. And if computer number 1, if the first computer PC0 wants to send a broadcast message, broadcast means what? One to all. Broadcast means what? One to all. If computer 1 wants to send a message to remaining 3 computers, then this situation is known as broadcast. So computer 1 PC0 can send a message by keeping this IP address as the destination IP address. Then the message will be received by what? In local area network, if you want to do the broadcast, then you have to follow the broadcast address, and this is the broadcast address. So for one-to-all communication in LAN, you have to follow the broadcast address. So are you getting what is broadcast address? Broadcast addresses are of 2 types. One is local broadcast and second one is global broadcast. So local broadcast, it means broadcast within LAN, and global broadcast, it means broadcast within internet. So this is local broadcast and this is broadcast within LAN. So are you getting broadcast address and default mask, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So for class A, class B and class C, if I want to write the value of the default mask, then can I write some generalized value for class A, class B and class C for like in terms of default mask? Class A IP address, then the default mask value will be what? 255.0.0.0. If it is class B IP address, then default mask value will be 255.255.0.0. And if it is class C IP address, then the default mask value is 255.255.255.0. Yes or no? These default mask values, class A, class B and class C. So if any IP address is given to you, first of all you have to find the class and then you can write the value of the default mask by following this. If it is class A, then the default mask value is 255.0.0.0. For B, 255.255.0.0. For C, 255.255.255.0. So if you have any question, any query up to this, the portion which I have highlighted, if you have any question, any query in the portion which I have highlighted, then you can ask me. Any question, any query?
No, No, sir, not yet.
So if you are working in, please write this statement in your notebook, and I will ask anyone of you, anyone from your side, to explain me this. Please write this statement. If you are working in lab 1, assume that you are working in lab 1. Okay, so the statement which you have to write is, if you are working in lab 1, which follows or which is following network address 193.168.1.1. Let me repeat this statement. If you are working in lab 1, which follows 193.168.1.11, let us assume, if the network, if you are working in lab 1, which follows IP address 193.168.1.11, then what will be the broadcast address for lab 1? What will be the broadcast address for lab 1? So you are working in lab 1, in which 24 computers are there. Assume that 24 computers are there, and that lab is following network address 193.168.1.11. I have said 11, but what will be the network address? Please write this IP address in your notebook: 193.168.1.11. What will be the network address for this? 193. Yes.
168.1.0.
193.168.1.0. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So lab 1 is following network address 193.168.1.0. Now what will be the broadcast address? Is 193.168.1.255. Very good, very good. So are you all agree with this? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So for broadcast address, set all the bits to 1 in the host portion by keeping network portion as it is. The same rule is applied to this, and that's why we have the IP address. Like we have got the IP address which is 193.168.1.255. So it is the broadcast address. Now, if you are working in lab 1, and in lab 1, your computer, you are working on PC0, which has IP address 193.168.1.11, suppose. Okay, the IP address which we have considered. So if PC0 is having this IP address 193.168.1.11, and if the PC0 sends message to destination IP 193.168.1.255, then what will happen with that message? If PC0, which is having IP address 193.168.1.11, sends message destination IP 193.168.1.5, then what will happen with that message?
That message broadcast to all LAN PC, all 24
Yes.
PC in lab.
Yes. So how many computers are there in lab 1?
24.
So all 24 except 1, all remaining 23 computers will receive what? Message. Are you getting this or not?
Yes, sir.
So to broadcast the message, you have to use destination IP address as the broadcast IP address. Okay, you have to use the broadcast IP address as the destination IP. So if you keep the destination IP as 193.168.1.255, then that message will be received by all active computers in that lab 1. The computers which are available in lab 1. So I hope that now you have the idea about broadcast address and default mask. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now my question to all of you is, what is the purpose of what is the purpose of default mask IP address? What is the purpose of default mask IP address? Consider the default mask which we have derived for example 1 and example 2. What is the purpose of the default mask? Why default mask is required? What is the purpose of default mask? Now let me give you an example. Please see here. Please concentrate on your screen. In example 1, the IP address given to us is what? 172.16.0.10. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
So in example 1, we have the IP address given to us is 172.16.0.10. It is the IP address of host or network? Host address? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if this is host address, then what is the value of the default mask for this?
255.255.0.0.
Now, if you perform logical AND operation between this, perform logical AND operation between 172.16.0.10 and 255.255.0.0, then the result of the logical AND operation will be 172.16.0.0. What is it? 172.16.0.0 is the result of what? Logical AND operation. What is logical AND operation? If the input is 1, 1, 1, then the output will be what? 1.
Otherwise, 0.
Yes, if the input is 0 and then 1, then the output will be 0. In case of 1 and 0, output will be 0. In case of 0, 0, output will be 0. So in all other cases, output will be 0. So if the input is 1, 1, then the output will be 1. So I can write the IP address of host and default mask in binary form. Yes or no? Can we write it?
Yes, sir.
So if we write 172.16.0.10 in binary and 255.255.0.0 in binary, and then if we perform the logical AND operation, then the result will be 172.16.0.0, which is network address. So generally routers are performing logical AND operation between host address or between the given IP address and the default mask to identify what? Network address. So do you have like the idea now, what is the purpose of default mask? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So this is the purpose of default mask. And I hope the default mask is clear to all of you. So now, example 3 is 173.15.0.11. Now calculate host IP address, network IP address, broadcast address. Tell me these three values and then the default mask. For example 3. Please calculate it. You don't need to write the value of the default gateway, but calculate the value of, or calculate the value for example 3 about host IP address, network IP address, broadcast address and default mask. Concentrate on example number 3, which is available on your screen. 173.173.15.0.11. Calculate host IP address, network IP address, broadcast address and default mask. Tell me the value of host IP address.
Same 173.15.0.11.
Given IP address itself, it is the host address, because the host portion, last 2 bytes are the host portion bytes, and in host portion, if some value is set, if host portion indicates any value, it means the given IP address itself, it is the IP address of host. What will be the value of the network address?
173.15.0.0.
Okay, 173.15.0.0. What will be the broadcast address?
173.15.255.255.
Very good. And what will be the value of default mask?
255.255.0.0.
Okay. Now, if I want to find the network address, then how can I find the network address? How to find the network address? What is the calculation? Network address is already available, okay, because it is a simple address, then so that you are able to inform. You have the idea like 172.15.0.0 is the network IP address, but if I want to find it through calculation, then what I have to do?
Logical AND operation between host IP address and default mask.
Very good, very good. So I have to perform, if I assign number 1, 2, 3, 4, if I assign the number like this, 1, 2, 3 and 4, then to find the network address equals to 1 logical AND with 4. 1 will be logically ANDed with 4. This statement is correct or incorrect?
Correct.
If I want to find the network address, then I have to perform the logical AND operation between IP address number 1 and then IP address number 4. So if 1 is logically ANDed with 4, then the result will be 172.15.0.0. So do you have any question, any query up to this?
No, sir.
Okay. So I hope that now you have the idea about network address, host address, then class A, class B, class C, their representation. Then you have the idea about local broadcast address, and you have the idea about default mask. And now you have the idea about what is the purpose of the default mask. Now, gateway IP address. To learn the gateway IP address, we'll go through with the topology. We'll go through with one topology, and the topology is available on your screen. So in LAN 1 and LAN 2, if I click on PC0, and if I click on the IP configuration part, then PC0 is having IP address 172.16.02. Okay, let me explain with the topology from scratch. I have taken one router, then I want to use two switches for two LAN. Then I want one computer in LAN 1 and I want one computer in LAN 2. Now, to connect two dissimilar types of devices, if you want to connect two dissimilar devices, computer with switch or switch with router, then you have to use straight through cable. So do you have the knowledge of LAN cable? Do you have the knowledge of LAN cable, yes or no? Please tell me. LAN cable.
Yes, sir.
So in LAN cable, internally 8 wires are there. LAN cable is having 8 internal wires. Out of those 8 internal wires, 2 wires are used for sending the data and 2 wires are used for receiving the data. So LAN cable can be configured as straight through cable and it can be configured as crossover cable, but ultimately it is a LAN cable only. So now computer to switch connection requires straight through cable. So I'm clicking on computer, I'm clicking on the Ethernet interface of the computer, and then I'm selecting one interface of switch. So this connection is over. Now to connect switch with router, select one port of switch, select one port of router. This connection is over. Again, router, Ethernet port and switch Ethernet port is connected, and then computer to switch, Ethernet to Ethernet port connection is there. So now please listen me carefully. This computer, I'll see computer PC0 I want to assign IP address 172.15.0.2 and I want to assign IP address 172.16.0.2 to PC1 in LAN 2. So this LAN is following network address 172.15.0.0 and this LAN is following network address 172.16.0.0. Now if I click on router, please listen me carefully. Router 0, there are 2 Ethernet ports available. So if I click on Ethernet port 00, then I have to assign which IP address 172.15.0.1 is correct or incorrect? I am discussing the left portion, leftmost portion. So router 0 is having 2 Ethernet port. You can see Ethernet 00 and Ethernet 01. So Ethernet 00 is connected with the leftmost portion, and Ethernet 01 is connected with the rightmost portion. So in the left portion, we have used 172.15.0. So can I use 172.15.0.1 to this interface? Yes or no? So let me repeat. This leftmost portion is the portion which is representing network 172.15.0.0. This interface, the interface of routers left interface represent IP address. It represents IP address 172.15.0.1. The rightmost portion, the right interface of the router 0 is representing IP address 172.16.0.1, and this portion is representing network 172.16.0.0. Now go through with the topology and tell me if you have any question. This IP address it is the IP address 172.15.0.1 is the IP address of the left interface of router, and 172.16.0.1 is the IP address of the right interface of router. So 172.15.0.1 is matching with 172.15.0.2, yes or no? Left network. LAN 1, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes.
yes. Any question, any query if you have, then you can ask me. Do you have any question? Do you have any question?
No, sir.
In LAN 2, it is following IP address 172.16.0.0. So in LAN 2, the IP address of the host is 172.16.0.2 and the IP address of router's right interface is 172.16.0.1. So any question, any query if you have in the topology which is available on your screen, then you can ask me. Let me assign the IP address of the right interface of the router 172.16.0.1, and then let me turn on the interface. Now you can see green LED is blinking. So soon this topology will be in up state. Topology, all the interfaces will be up in up status. Then we can send and receive data. So we are discussing right now default gateway, and to discuss the default gateway, first of all we have to assign the IP addresses. So you can see I have assigned the IP address to computer. Okay, 172.15.0.2, and then for this computer I have to assign IP address 172.16.0.2. So I have assigned the IP addresses to both the computers now. Now if you have any question, any query, then you can ask me in this topology. Please ask me the questions if you have. Right now we are discussing Cisco Packet Tracer, and the GUI which is available on your screen, it is the GUI of Cisco Packet Tracer, and in Cisco Packet Tracer I have taken two different networks, LANs, LAN 1 and then LAN 2. In the LAN 1 I want to follow network address 172.15.0.0. In LAN 2 I want to follow network address 172.16.0.0. So in LAN 1 only one host is there, in LAN 2 only one host is there. Okay, and that host is connected with router via switch. Similarly in LAN 2 also host is connected with router via switch. The leftmost portion of router indicates IP address 172.15.0.1 and the rightmost interface of the IP, router indicates IP address 172.16.0.1. So any question, any query if you have, then you can ask me in the topology. Any question, any query? Please ask the questions if you have in your mind so that we can have proper discussion on it. If you don't have any question, then let me ask you the question now. I am clicking on computer which is there in LAN 1. Okay, left portion is LAN 1 portion and right portion is LAN 2 portion. LAN 1. Then this is LAN 2 portion. So in LAN 1, if I click on this computer, please see here. If I click on the desktop menu, let me repeat. I am clicking on computer. I am accessing the desktop menu, and in the desktop menu I am accessing the IP configuration menu to assign the IP address. So I have assigned the IP address 172.15.02. Default mask will be 255.255.00 because it is class B. Now the question comes here is what I have to assign as the default gateway address.
172.15.2.1.
172.15.0. Yes, please tell me the answer again. What I have to assign as the default gateway.
172.15.0.1.
Okay. So I can assign default gateway IP address in computer 1 in LAN 1 as 172.15.0.1, and the same I can assign as the DNS server. So you don't need to worry about what is DNS server address, but default gateway, it means the entry or exit point of any network. So for LAN 1, what will be the entry or exit point? Router 0's left interface, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Router 0's left interface will be the entry or exit point for LAN 1. Similarly, for LAN 2, what will be the entry or exit point?
Router 0's right interface.
Yes. So now I am clicking on computer, which is the part of LAN 2. I'm accessing the desktop menu. I'm accessing the IP configuration part, and then I have to assign the default gateway address for computer which is there in LAN 2. So the default gateway address will be 172.16.0.1, and DNS server IP address I can assign the same 172.16.0.1. So now what will be the default gateway for example number 3? Can I consider 173.15.0.1 routers IP? Can I consider? See, we don't have the topology. I'm agree, but 173.15.0.1 first IP address of the network can be considered as the default gateway for example number 3. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
We can consider it. Okay. So if you have any question, any query up to this, then you can ask me. Let me share the document as well, the document which I have created, so that later on you can refer this document. Now, as per the practical list as per the aim of practical number 1. Now what we have to do, we have connected computers, we have connected switches, and we have taken one router. So now the last step is remaining, and that last step is what? We have to send and receive the data. If the data transmission is failed, you can see I am sending data from PC to PC, from LAN 2 to LAN 1. Yes, the data transmission remains successful. Let me send message from LAN 1 to LAN 2. It shows successful. Are you able to see the successful message?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this topology is working well. It is working properly. But if I take one more router over here, if I remove the connection in LAN 2, if I take one more router and router to router connection, two similar devices are there, so you have to use crossover cable. So router to router connection is established now, and then this router is connected. Now router to switch connection requires straight through cable. Yes or no? So router to switch connection I have established. Now previously we were having only one router, now we have two routers. So in the modified topology, now how many IP addresses are required if I want to configure this topology? How many more IP addresses are required? Previously we were having only one router, now we have two routers. So how can we establish the connection? How many networks are exist over here?
Two.
Two networks.
Please listen me carefully and please write this point in your notebook. Each and every interface, each and every active interface of router represents one network. Each and every active interface of router represents one network. One network is represented. One network it is representing. So in this case, LAN 1 is there, LAN 2 is there, but between these two routers, because routers, every interface of router represent one network, so one network is we require over here, one more network we require over here, and this third section, the section between two routers requires one more network address, because each and every interface of router represents network. So we require LAN 3 IP address in this particular segment. How many networks are exist over here? Three network. Network 1, network 2 and network 3. Why I am saying three networks are exist? Because if you assign 172, 15 and 16 in LAN 3, in network 3, then you will get an error. You will get an error. We will discuss this later on. We will discuss this in the next lab. But please remember, just remember this in this topology, in the topology which is available on your screen, three networks are exist. LAN 1, LAN 2 and LAN 3, network 1, network 2 and network 3. So in LAN 3 we can follow IP address 172.14.0.0. So any question, any query if you have up to this, then you can ask me. I will not discuss any new concept now, but if you have any question, any query up to this, then you can ask me. Are you getting 3 networks are exist? Why 3 networks
Yes.
are exist?
Yes.
Why 3 networks are exist?
Sir, two are individual networks. There is for left hand side and right hand side, and the third one is to connect the left router to the other router.
Yes. So this router to router connection requires one more network address, and if in these two, if router to router connection, for the router to router connection, if you try to use 172.15 or 172.16, then it will show an error. Network is overlapping. Every active interface of router represents one network. So in router 0, it requires 2 networks. Router 1 requires 2 networks. So whenever, if you already use 172.15, you cannot use it at any other place. If you already use 172.16, then you cannot use it at the any other place. So now let me keep up to this. Now let me ask you one more time. If you have any question, any query up to this, we have discussed IP addresses, we have discussed simple topology with one router, we have discussed local broadcast address, default mask, we have discussed network address, host address. So this is the summary. Now if you have any question, any query, then you can ask me. Now you have to use Cisco Packet Tracer and you have to implement this topology. Please try to implement this topology in your Cisco Packet Tracer. And please try to send data from LAN 1 to LAN 2 and try to identify the loophole, try to identify the fault. You cannot send data. See, if I configure I have added this router. So if I click on router and if I turn the status of the port to on, if I turn the status of the port to on state, then also in this topology, you cannot send data from LAN 1 to LAN 2. You will get error because connecting routers, connecting computer is not enough for this type of situation where you have multiple routers involved. Previously, we were having only one router. So we can send data from LAN 1 to LAN 2 and LAN 2 to LAN 1. I have already shown you. But in this topology now 2 routers are there. So if you have 2 routers available in your topology, then you cannot directly send data. You can see you will continuously get error messages, failed, and failed. So there is some configuration required in these 2 routers, without which you cannot send and receive data, and we will discuss the configuration later on. We will discuss the configuration in the next lab. You just try to implement the topology with one router, try to execute, try to send and receive data. You will be able to send and receive data because no additional configuration is required in router if there is only one router available. But if 2 routers are available, additional configuration is required, and that configuration is known as routing. That configuration is known as routing. So we'll do the routing in the next lab. So try to implement 2 topologies. In topology 1, take 1 router. In topology 2, take 2 routers. In topology 1, you will be able to send and receive data, but in topology 2, you will get an error. Try to resolve the error. Try to solve the error. So with this note, let me turn off this screen sharing. And one more time, let me ask, do you have any question, any query? You can refer the recorded video. Later on, you can download the video, go through with the video, step by step, try to configure the topology in Cisco Packet Tracer, download Cisco Packet Tracer, and the Cisco Packet Tracer, if it asks you to log in, Like if it asks you to provide the credential, then you can access Cisco Packet Tracer through guest login as well. So download Cisco Packet Tracer if you don't have, and then try to configure the topology 1 and topology 2. In topology 1, take one router. In topology 2, take two routers. So any question, any query, if you have, then you can ask me. Do you have any question? Do you have any question?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, like in the practical file, do we have to put the both the topologies?
Yes. Do we have to what? What is your question?
Like in the practical file, do we have to put both the topologies information, or just the one that is asked?
In the practical, in the lab manual or in the practical file, you have to consider topology 2 only, but see, it requires some configuration, okay? And I will teach you. We will teach you the configuration, so you don't need to prepare the file right now. You don't need to prepare the lab manual of practical number 1 now or right now. Just try to configure topology 1 in Packet Tracer. Try to configure topology 2 in Packet Tracer, and in topology number 2, you will get error. Try to resolve that error. Try to search. We will explain you. Okay, we will explain you. We will show you. We will demonstrate you how we can send data from LAN 1 to LAN 2 by having two routers. But for practical file, you have to consider what? Topology number 2 only.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Any other question? Any other query? Feel free to ask me the question if you have. Okay. So let me end the session over here. Thank you very much for joining the session. Now you can leave.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.